How you doing, people? And welcome back to Turf Moor House TV. Thank you for tuning in. If you are new around here, please do subscribe. As I say, Premier League football is back. Get in. Finally, none of that international crap to deal with. We're on a good run, weren't we, before kicking a ball internationally? So let's see if we can keep that momentum up. Obviously, we're here for the match preview. It is Burnley against Crystal Palace. A team we like playing at Turf Moor, to be fair. So I'd like to say I'm confident, but I'm really not because Vieira's got them playing pretty well. But as I said, if you are new around here, please do subscribe to the channel. All of our links are just there. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, all under @Turf Moor House. And we are also now delving into podcasts as well. So if you do search Turf Moor House, you can find us on major podcast platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. So do check us out on there. So without further ado, we do have a Palace fan in the house. Rich, how are you, my man? How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Nervous, won't lie. But most importantly, thank you for having me on.
Hey, not a problem. Thanks for having me on yours. It were honestly proper laugh. I well enjoyed it.
No, I appreciate that.
No, so honest to God, first of all, tell us a bit about yourself and give your channel a plug.
So yeah, my name's Rich. For those who don't know, I'm currently a primary school teacher. Never ever thought I'd get into this field of work. Obviously, being a teacher as it is quite taxing, and not only that, husband, father of two as well. But what's better than talking about football? So yeah, I started a channel for predominantly talking about Crystal Palace, but I do like talk to other fans on a Sunday night as well, kind of like a talk sports sort of thing. That channel is Eagle Eyed Football. So yeah, just whenever you want to come over and have a bit of a laugh and vibe with us, you're more than welcome.
No, cheers, mate. Cheers. People do go check out Eagle Eyed Football. Cracking channel, cracking content. Always up for a laugh. I've just been over there myself and seen it for myself. It is a barrel of abuse. I mean, a barrel of laughs. I mean, to be fair, Jordan, one of the co-hosts, he got a barrel of abuse because his predictions have been like dog shit for weeks. So do go check it out. Because he has been poor, but it is pretty funny. So head on over there, show it some support. We're all out here doing this business because we love it, we enjoy it. Yeah. So check us out, especially Eagle Eye Football quality channel. Richard, you've got to go in there. Some of the comments that we've got already, Mrs. straight in there with a hey, which is nice because, to be fair, I've only seen her this evening. She's been out all morning. 14, George, I'm guessing. 4-0 Palace to Harbrace with Elise and Edouard scoring as well. Chris, piss off. Why you always come in here saying hello to my mother? I don't know. One day I will be on your channel, mate, and I will make sure she's sat at the side, mate, and I'll say, sorry, mate, I'm just going to nip for a pee at private chat, and I will bring her on camera and watch your face drop. Swear to God, you little shit. Spitfire JC, sorry.
That is Jordan.
Is it?
Yeah.
And still not the first one to comment. Ooh. Yo. Honestly, Jordan, cracking laughs as always. So yeah, thanks for coming over. Absolute quality. Rich says, big up, Dan. Hope you are well, my friend. He's back again, innit? He's doing it again.
Listen, apparently I look like Lionel Richie, guys. So I've had Eddie Murphy. I've had a lot.
I'd have said Carlton Cole. I'd have said Carlton Cole, if I'm honest. Oh. Not that you've got a dodgy foot or all like that, but you know. But either way, Simon Webb from Blue.
Oh, snap.
No, you're violating.
He has no facial hair.
I don't think he even had head on his hair. Hair on his head, sorry. Jesus Christ. I'm getting confused now. I'm mad confused. David English, how are you, my friend? Evening to your bad self. Thank you for coming on. Rich, you should have heard what Connor said about Burnley last night. What did he say? What did he say? Let me know. Let me know. If he's slandering Burnley when he says that he absolutely loves them because he's a closet mank, Newcastle, Switzerland, jock, American, whatever he loves. He's another nipping for clubs. Chris says, smash the like, guys, and subscribe if you are new. I totally agree with what Chris is saying. Do smash the likes and subscribe. We do it for the love, but if you subscribe, it helps. It just helps us. Finger on, it's been ages, Chris says. And I'm bored waiting for Nipper. He's still waiting. I'm guessing that's why he's in the chat. Ayu is a BTEC rich up front. Oh, now you are getting it, mate. Now you are getting it.
That's more of a compliment.
Oh, actually, yeah. Role reverse, see?
Yeah, last night I did an impromptu stream. I reacted to a video that's on my channel of compilation of goals I've scored and stuff. So, yeah, everyone got to see a bit of me play.
Hey, nice. Now, so did you used to play like professionally or something?
And semi-pros and highs have been both at Leatherhead and Hazen Yedin and such. But the compilation is pretty much just last couple of years.
That's all right.
Just normal Saturday league team.
Yeah, so that's not too bad though. So I'm guessing you're still playing like Football Manager 2007, where you're actually in the game.
No, I had to get rid of them. Like they don't. I had to upgrade to a Mac. Not work on those like nipping Windows 95 settings and stuff.
Nah, fair enough. Rich says, I'll send you the evidence. Happy days, and then I'll forward it to police. Don't worry, for violation. George says, I saw Lauro on BBC hates Palace when he's the same with Burnley. He doesn't. He always goes, oh, Burnley have done pretty well. They kept the core squad together, and yeah, it's all well and good complimenting us and then giving us an absolute dog shit review at the end. What's the point? That man don't know shit anyway. That's why he's working for the BBC.
This is it.
The Missy says Nippers found the spot to set up in Heathrow. Nippon would still be late for death row. Nippon would be late for death row, let alone Heathrow. Chris says, guess who's just finished work, so I don't think I'll be able to make it home for 9 p.m. I'm delaying the start to 9:30. He's still okay to make it. Chris, I'll take it. That means 15 minutes of your time in here. That's my watch hours going up. Please don't go now just to be an arse. Don't know what you like. Do know what you like. Jay says, here from Rich's stream, up the Palace. Chris saying shush to the missus, which if I did it, I'd get punched. Rich says, is it because Palace knocked them out of the FA Cup in 1990? Yeah, yep. Why not? Just bants Chris. I love his confidence in just doing it wherever. I couldn't do it. I just spat my cider out at that, Dan. It's not dark fruits, is it, you big pussy? What you on? What you supping? You get a part of ale down you, get hairs on your chest, lad. Some proper stuff in. But no, obviously we are here to talk about Burnley and Palace. So first of all, how do you think your season's gone so far?
Honestly, it's been unreal. And that's even with the disappointment of the 4 draws we had recently. When we started the season and I looked at our fixture list, I was like, we've just got to get out of November, like in a relatively healthy position if possible. Our fixture list was crazy. The second half of the Chelsea game, which was our first game, we were so good. We were actually really good. It was just a shame we were already 2-0 down at the time. And after that, things just started to click. And I'd seen us play during preseason and stuff, and I'm thinking, I like the new style of football and stuff. But then we're fearless now. It's unbelievable. We've played Liverpool, West Ham, Chelsea, Spurs, City, and Leicester as well. And we've given a very good account of ourselves this season. And obviously, like I said, the 4 draws we had in a row, it was just infuriating because 2 of them were obviously late equalizers against us. The Newcastle game, we were all over them. And the Leicester one, we went 2-0 down. So some may say, oh, like you came back, but no, we battered them too, to be honest. I hope you're listening, Chris. We battered you and gifted you 2 goals. You know what I mean? But all in all, I can't complain. We're in the top half of the table. You know, Crystal Palace, new manager who was meant to get us relegated. Transition, we lost about 14 senior players, bringing a lot of youth. And it's exciting times. Exciting times.
Definitely. I mean, I'll go straight to what Chris said. Credit to Palace and Vieira. I had them down for 17th. I think a lot of people had written, Palace off
written us off
because everyone was like, Hodgson steadied the ship. Where did they go from here? You'd have thought they've got someone in that's a bit like that's already been tested, but no, they've gone down a different route, and it seems to be paying off at the moment. So fair play to you guys. Chris says, but yes, you did. We were lucky to be 2 up, to be fair. And shush Lionel. So comes in with that nice little comment and then stuck a punches you. What an arsehole. Louis says, hello, people again. Hello, thank you for coming over. It does mean a lot, so thank you for your support. You might have to explain this one. I'm guessing he's on about that.
No, it weren't even that.
No?
It was so bad. He did this on... No, it was on one of my streams. Yeah, I think it was the stream that I had done after Ronaldo had signed. And he literally... No, I can't even recreate it. It won't do it any justice. But he literally, you just see him jump into screen and was like, sweet. But it was done so quietly. It's like it was pitiful. Oh, I'm gonna find it. And I'll send it to you personally. Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm definitely not going to recreate that, because that just sounds like it'd take ages to pursue such a. It's a gift. It's just a gift. Some people are blessed. I just wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Rich says Vieira has done well, and Chris says would love to stay and watch, but Nip and Show is calling. Not saying your show is bad, Dan, but and then says, "You know I love you, really, son." And Nate's there with the slipper loading. What a guy. So, yeah, speaking about Vieira himself, what did you think of that appointment? Because at first, maybe you thought, shit, like, where do we go from here?
Yeah, you know what it was? It was kind of really a massive roller coaster of the summer, because initially we had the usual English manager, like carousel at Daesh. We had Lampard, Eddie Howe, Steve Cooper.
Yeah.
Now I'm not saying they're all bad, because if I was to pick out those that bunch, Eddie Howe initially or Cooper, and it's just more so just the style of play. Because we just needed to get away from the part of the bus thing with Hodgson. We were terrible. We were literally a part of the bus side. Then we started to get that Nuno, and that was like, oh, that's different. And then he kind of got like, it was partly turned us down. I think we didn't agree to his terms. I think he went to get like Adama Traore and another bits, and like Parish was like, no. Then we were linked with Lucien Favre, and we were just like, oh, okay. He's worked well with youth in Dortmund and stuff. He had Sancho in his books at one stage. Like, yeah, I was happy with that. That fell through literally like one day. Fabrizio was saying, here he goes soon. The next day, he changed his mind. Favre said he wanted to just take some more time out of management. So then with Patrick Vieira, like, I was happy because for me, he's worked with Man City youth, and then he made the bold step to go to the MLS. And obviously for us, the MLS is like, oh, that's rubbish. You know what I mean? But
that's like end of career shit, isn't it?
Yeah, you know what I mean? And he went there to actually learn a trade. So it kind of said to me, there's kind of like humility there. Like, he doesn't feel like he's too big to try something, whereas Frank Lampard turned us down saying that we're not a big enough club. you
But
got
then
sacked.
threw his ring in the hat for the Norwich job and even got his nose turned away for that.
Yeah, like you got sacked from your boyhood club because you're not really that good. Like, behave. You know what I mean? So the fact that you went to the MLS was like, you know what, I'm happy with that. It shows you want to learn, even though if it's not in the best league possible. But yeah, and he's just come in and he's just worked absolute wonders.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you let a lot of players go that a lot of other teams would have said were creative sparks in your side, the likes of Townsend that went, that he'd crop up with the odd goal every now and again. But sort of on the back of that, you've replaced it with such quality and for dirt cheap, in my opinion, as well.
The business we have done is phenomenal. I think we spent 66 million or so. And that obviously includes the loan signings. But to get Anderson and Gahey, that was key because we're very light at the back. We lost Dan and we lost Cahill.
Yeah, I wanted us to go in for Anderson. I went, obviously, because he was only on loan at Fulham, wasn't he? And then I was just like, please go in for him. If we're going to lose Tarkowski, go in for Anderson because he'd be class.
Yeah.
But then when he went to you guys, I was just like, typical, the lure of London. Fuck's sake, here we go again.
Yeah, it does help being in London, to be fair. But then the attacking options we then got, and a fair play to Roy because he picked up Eze. To go to the Championship and get like the next best thing in Michael Elise for 8 million, Edouard for like 14. Gay was 20, Anderson was like 15. Some of these have add-ons as well, by the way. Who else did we sign? Will Hughes, who hasn't actually kicked a ball for us. And then the goalkeeper, Remy Mines, we can't forget about him. But we've bought some absolute gems, and they're all technically very gifted players. They actually like to play out the back, which has really contributed to how we're playing now as well.
No, I mean, obviously, Conor Gallagher, we'll speak about him because, to be honest with you, the call up to England, much deserved. He played at the Turf for the under-21s the night before the Albania game. Did pretty well, and then obviously got his call up and played away in San Marino. So, I think he'd give a good account of himself. He's been on fire for you guys this season. I think he's really come into it. Do you reckon you can get him permanently next season?
It's getting harder and harder each time because, like, the more and more he plays the way he's playing, he's just bringing attention to not only Chelsea, because Chelsea may end up loaning him out again. Because obviously with Chelsea, their model is like they just churn out. They just go and buy the next best thing anyway. You know what I mean? Like, they'll just go and buy whoever they want. But then he's also attracting attention from, let's just say, like the West Hams, the teams that are kind of like already in that European space. And a player like Gallagher can play European football, so I'm hopeful. Like, I'm wishing Soundiges the best of luck at Chelsea because I want him to stay there so that Conor Gallagher stays lower down the pecking order. But realistically, I reckon we could, at best, get another loan, get one more year loan, and then see where we go from there as a club, to be honest. But he's been phenomenal.
Why not? Why not? I mean, there's obviously the option as well of like loan to buy options now as well, isn't there? So, who knows? Who knows? I think obviously with Chelsea's midfield, he's not going to just walk straight into there.
No,
obviously he's got to then contest with the likes of Mason Mount. You've got Jorginho, Kante. You're knackered, mate. Unless you come in and you're basically taking Kovacic's place, and that's it. And he's not tearing anything up. Rich says, what's all the talk about Nippon? To be fair, mate, we were talking about the fact that when I went on his channel before, I was literally waiting because he said we'll go live. And when I actually got into the chat, he took me for a walk through Heathrow Airport. And we ended up doing the show about 20 odd minutes later. But yeah, that's pretty much all we're chatting about. Nippon and his expeditions that he likes to do week in, week out.
Now then, dodgy Wi-Fi too.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, Nippon has better Wi-Fi in his car driving than he does when he gets somewhere. I've noticed that. I have noticed that. Now, evening to yourself. Thank you for tuning in. Really does mean a lot. Everybody in the comments, thanks very much. So, what's saying? What was the stream supposed to be? Oh, it was prior to the Chelsea game, prior to the Burnley Chelsea game. And obviously, Chris was meant to go on with him at 9, and he's only just meeting up with him now. So, speaks volumes. Speaks volumes. I mean, I look at Selhurst Park, I look at Turf Moor. We've probably got 2 stadiums in the Premier League that haven't really adapted much. Like other clubs have chucked another tier here and there, or they've completely revamped the stand. Where we've sort of stuck with traditions, kept it as it is. I mean, do you ever see Selhurst Park being updated, or with it being, in the middle of London somewhere, it'll probably just be a case of being redeveloped a little bit further afield?
Yeah, so there was talk pre-COVID actually of like extending the main stand, I believe it was, and doing some redevelopment there. I know there's kind of like a battle because there's a Sainsbury's there as well, so it's kind of like just a bit of a battle regarding like land and stuff. The other option, I don't know how feasible this is, but it's actually Crystal Palace Sports Arena, which holds the athletics and such.
Yeah,
Which, as you said, is maybe a little bit further out, not too far out, but it could make an actual decent ground. Now, with an athletics track, we obviously see with West Ham, does that actually help or hinder? Because you don't want to lose the atmosphere and stuff. So I really do hope we develop, because we are a London side, and I don't want us to kind of just be kind of like, oh, it's only Crystal Palace. And I think the only way that gets better for us is when we get a bit more success on the pitch, and we're now being noticed as a football team. Like, people are taking us seriously now. So in that, hopefully, then we can, renovate it and build. Like, I think our stadium does need a massive touch up, to be fair.
yeah. Tell me about it. Turf Moor needs more than just a lick of paint every season. Absolute. I mean, don't get me wrong, we are doing bits to it. But in the long run, I think obviously we've got to adapt. It's one of those situations, isn't it? The league changes every season, adapt or die. And as you said, as we were saying, as you said, Fulham, not Fulham, London clubs. Fulham were upgrading the stadium with the stand during the Premier League last year.
Yeah.
Brentford, completely new stadium.
Their stadium's phenomenal, by the way.
Yeah. I say it's Chelsea are in talks with upgrades. I mean, they always are, though. I think they're still trying to argue over Battersea, to be honest.
Yeah.
But stadiums-wise, I kind of like the traditional. I kind of like it because it's almost like a step back in time. And it's strange, but that's where your atmosphere is.
This is it.
It's all well and good. I'd love to turn around. I'd love to see Turf Moor as like a full capacity, full rounded stadium. Over 40,000 fans in there. But it's not going to happen, though. It's not going to happen. And if it does, as you say, it's a case of where's your atmosphere go? Where does the atmosphere go from there? Nathan Warnock, thank you for joining the chat. He says, NSC at Crystal Palace is a no-go. Bromley Council wanted nothing to do with us moving back to our spiritual home. We still have 6 homes to buy off for the land too, as well as Sainsbury's. So, no, fair shout. I mean, we'll speak about not just your manager, but a former manager who's now doing bits a little bit higher, Dougie Freedman. I mean, what's your thoughts on that guy?
He has been completely forgiven for leaving us in the lurch and going off the Bolton. He's come in as our like technical director and stuff, and the talent he's picking up and the cost of it, fair play to him. And like you said that you obviously watched the documentary, you can see like he actually goes out there and he goes and watches talent for himself, and he knows what the club's about. Obviously being ex-player and ex-manager, and he's making us attractive again. And then obviously he's now got the backing of the board. We've got John Texter in, who owns FaceBank. He's an American owner, so he holds shares in the club as well. So all in all, things are it's like the pieces to the jigsaw are obviously they're coming together, and Dougie's a massive part of that. Our identity's different, the talent pool's different, and what I do like about this current crop that we've brought in is they all kind of know each other from like the England setup as well. So you got the Elise, Eze, Gallagher. I mean, obviously Eze. I know Nigeria are sniffing around wanting to take Eze out. Gay's there as well, who's now obviously under 21 captain as well. So they kind of all know each other, which helps, and that even goes to the players that we were kind of linked to, like Ainsley, Maitland-Niles, Eddie Nketiah, so there's a kind of like a young English core of players at this current moment in time that we've been looking at and stuff. And let me continue.
No, definitely. I mean, a lot of people wrote Palace off prior to kicking a ball this season. 17th position. A lot of people were saying people thought it wouldn't work. People also thought the word that we shall not be named on your channel. That we all thought they were going to go down this season as well. They've sort of, unfortunately for you guys, obviously had this sort of run of luck. I think it will eventually run out. I think it'll catch up with them. They'll get found out at some point. But they'll do a Liverpool. They'll go on so long, do decent, and then they'll hit like a permanent burnout.
Yeah,
and that's it. I mean, does it scare you that could essentially happen to Palace if this run keeps going?
I wouldn't say scare, because you know what, things could be worse anyway. It could be so far worse. We've definitely got to enjoy the ride, and we've got to keep picking up points. The Premier League is relentless. Like, as you said, if you hit a bad run of form, you can go from somewhere like 6th to 16th. Like, just like that, you think, oh well, how did we get here? So I don't feel that would happen to us. I think we've got enough about us to do so. However, I think January is going to be massive. I think we just need to strengthen a bit more. I think going forward, we have a lot. I think in defensive areas, and especially as a goalkeeper, I'm nervous. I'm nervous with VG at the moment. And then obviously outside of that, the backup for Joe Ward is Klein, who kind of like can't stay fit. Then there's Nathan Ferguson, who we actually want to be our starting right back, who's just hit the grass now to do some training. Hopefully he doesn't then get injured again. And then at left back, apart from Tyreek Mitchell, we've got Reece Hannon, who's in the under 23. So we're quite light within our back five and stuff. So hopefully we can strengthen there too in the in January, because obviously it's a long grueling season, and especially the Christmas period is going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's always mad over Christmas, isn't it? Looking at comments, Chris is still waiting. Wow. Welcome to the real world, Christopher. Welcome to the real world. Connor, thanks for tuning in, mate. He says, sorry, Dan, going to be 2-1 Crystal Palace. Fair enough. Vieira has that team playing really well, and they're getting Eze back now too. Yeah. I mean, first of all, going into this game, because we've not really spoke about Burnley Palace, obviously at the Turf, I think it's probably going to be more daunting for you than it is ourselves. As I said to you before, if the shoe was on the other foot and it was at Selhurst Park, I'd be shitting myself prior to this game. But with it being at the Turf, I do have a little sense of optimism. But I suppose as fans in your own backyard, you sort of do. I mean, we've had a pretty good record recently over you guys. Which, to be fair, as you said, things with Palace are changing, times have changed. So, the time is now. Go and do it. But what's your thoughts about the game on Saturday?
It's a banana skin. It really is. And it's just because Burnley just do Burnley things. like I said on my stream, what you see is what you get with them, and that's probably why they're disliked by so many, But at the same time, you just gotta respect what they do, because what they do, they tend to do well. I think we just got to take the game to you from the start. We can't let you settle. But yeah, it's just set pieces. That's the thing that worries me. It really does. We can see too many from set pieces, and that's obviously your strong point,
Yeah.
But then you did say you're trying to change the way you play, so that could actually work in our favor. If you are trying to get the ball down and play, our pressing is phenomenal at the moment as well. We do really press high up the pitch as well. So yeah, I hope you do try to play football and not do the Route 1 stuff, because the Route 1 stuff gets you the win, probably, or at least a draw.
Yeah.
If you try to play, I think we'll win comfortably.
No, it's as I say, you pretty much hit the nail on the head. It is a potential banana skin. It's one of those. It's going to be tough for Vieira. This is going to be Vieira's toughest test, in my opinion. I think this is where he'll realise, it's not a bunch of teams that are trying to play football. Sometimes you've got to do the dirty work and come up against sides that literally just will try to lump it and follow up behind. But I think that's what we've got this season, where we can sort of play that way as per usual, but we've started to be a bit more expansive, getting on the front foot from the first whistle. Obviously, it depends on the team selection. It's going to be it's definitely going to be interesting. Looking at the comments, Steve Stubbs, Statman Stubbs football channel, guys, do go check him out. He says, "Evening, guys, and no pizza or garlic bread in start. I did one show on his, and all I kept doing was muting myself and dipping my head off camera, and I'm just scoffing my face. I was doing a nipping a little bit." Scott says, "Dan, I see a draw in this game. As good as Palace have been this season, I still think it will end up a draw. I think both of us would take that, to be honest, in this game. A point shared is a point gained. So I'd be happy with that." Maisie, Devils United, another cracking channel. "Hey, Dan. Just go with it. I go with it." George says, "Fun fact, every time Benteke scores, the opposition goalie doesn't get a clean sheet." To be fair, how many times Pope has come up against Benteke and got the better of him? Benteke has had numerous one-on-one opportunities in recent games, and Pope's managed to cut him out.
Oh, that's not just Pope. Benteke and one-on-one opportunities. Oh man.
Oh, must be bad. Scott says, "Hello, Maisie. Hope you are well." They're all having a chinwag and garlic bread. Exactly, garlic bread. So I'll come to you first. You've just been appointed Crystal Palace manager. You've got Burnley this weekend. Who's your starting 11 for this game on Saturday?
Back five stays the same, so that's VG in goal until we can get a better goalkeeper. Joe Ward, right back, he's been phenomenal. I'll send it back to Anderson and Gay. He's been brilliant as well. There was a scare with Anderson, but I think he should be all right.
Should
left
be.
back, Tariq Mitchell. Centre midfield. Now we've lost Maka. I really appreciate that. I believe Maisie, you said?
Yeah.
So I'll check out your work too. Mac has been brilliant for us, and he's out, and he could be out till Feb.
Nah. I'm not having this comment.
Amazing for us.
I'm not having this comment. If he goes to Palace, I'm not saying this with disrespect to Palace, but Pope leaving Burnley to Palace is like when Coyle left us for Bolton. It's sort of a sideways move. If you're going to go somewhere, do you know where I see him going? Oh, God's honest truth, Spurs. I think with all the talk of Lloris wanting to go to like the MLS or back to France or whatever, Pope would slot in perfectly at Spurs. It's a bigger step up, but it's that step up that he may need to become England's number one.
Yeah, but he's got to make that step up quick because the way Ramsdale's
Yeah.
going on, Pope might
Honestly,
have
Maisie has definitely got a point with that. She's definitely got a point with that. I saw Dan's heart break a little seeing that pop. It didn't break, it shattered. Honest to God, I nearly had a heart attack, let alone flaming heartbreak.
But speaking of goalkeepers, I think we're trying to go in for Dean Henderson.
Yeah, rumored on loan, isn't it?
On loan, we will take that. Absolutely, because he is actually a decent ball playing goalkeeper as well. And yeah, I'll take that. But sorry, I digress. Yeah, no Macca. This is tough. I think we'll end up going Coyote and Jeffrey Schlupp. I hope so anyway.
Schlupp's got a record against us.
Yeah, I think it's just we're going to need that dynamism because you've got a very combative midfield. So we need to be really dynamic there. Just ahead of them, Conor Gallagher, who's been phenomenal. As much as I like Mirko Elise, I don't think we should start him just because of the nature of how Burnley play. Like we've got to really wrap this guy up in cotton wool, man. He's still a young guy and he came up from a back injury, which is never a good sign. So I would go Edward on the left, Saha on the right, Benteke up top.
That's not a bad shout. Not a bad shout at all. Looking at the comments again, the missus says Pope isn't going anywhere. Hopefully, Pope is the missus's favourite player, so she's hoping he doesn't go anywhere.
He's a very good keeper. Very good keeper.
DJ Dave, how are you, Mush? He says, "I'll do," and I'm not going to get you on this one, but as I said, I will get you on in a couple of, maybe in the next week. We'll talk about on one of the manager specials that we've got coming up. He says Zaha will rip us. He's known for it. He's got it in his locker, so we've got to be careful of that. I fear him against Charlie Taylor if you were to put him out on the it'd be your right hand side, our left, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'd scare me because Charlie Taylor's been a bit hit and miss. Last couple of games he's been decent, but all it takes is a Wilfred Zaha to knock his confidence, and we could be in the shit. He says that he fears that Palace will batter us, which, to be fair, I said the same against Brentford. I thought Brentford had a very good shout at battering us. It was one of those where if we steal a point, I'll be happy. I honestly thought that Brentford would have annihilated us with the way they were playing, and where our performance came from, I don't know. And then obviously the point at Chelsea, which just came out of the blue as well. More than came out of the blue, came out of Stamford Bridge. Maisie says, hit the like and subscribe button. Yes, please do. If you are new around here, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. We are at Turf Moor House on all social media platforms. And also go check out Eagle Eyed Football, which is Rich's channel. The link is in the description to this video, so do go check it out, as I have just stated. Maisie says Conor Gallagher will be extremely dangerous. To be honest, a heavily pissed up Frank Gallagher could probably play decent against Burnley at the minute. So, we'd have to just pull him out of the madness before heading to the turf, though, to kick off. And Lewis says, all I need to say is Vieira does his homework. Yes, he does. He does. He's a stat man. But I don't know. I sometimes I'm like you guys. I just love to go off the rails. Sod it. Jay's saying Palace 3-1. Zaha, Gallagher, and Edouard and Cornet for Burnley. Fair shout. It's definitely one of those games, as you said. It could go either way. It could be a stalemate. It could be second, third on match of the day. It could be last and last again.
I must say, a team is due a battering from us. We've been so unlucky this season. Like a team.
Who have you got next?
After
Newcastle.
We
is
have
it? Or Leeds. I thought it was Newcastle or Leeds. I'm not sure.
Leeds.
Yeah.
Villa the Leeds, and then I think it's Man United.
Well, just choose one of them three. Save it. Obviously, Dave says, these boys went to City and won. They ain't the same as they were under Hodgson. No, they're a different animal now. Completely different animal. As I said, a lot of people wrote them off. And I think that's why, potentially, why a lot of people have thought, sod it, let's play our own game. But people are starting to open their eyes to what Crystal Palace are doing. And it's about time. It's about time because you've flown under the radar for years. Sometimes it's always nice to just fly under, stay there quietly. All this hype going around everywhere else. But it's nice sometimes for the recognition. I mean, I wouldn't know how that feels being a Burnley fan because we don't get recognised for shit unless there's a murder. Unless there's a murder down the street or someone's not put the bins out, then that's it. Shit, it's the fan. George says, Palace, I beg, will get into Europe. I mean, would you be happy with that? Definitely got to be happy with that.
I'll be happy, but I'll be sceptical at the same time.
Can definitely derail your season.
It really can. Because we need a bigger squad. I think we need that first. But yeah, Europe will be amazing. Don't get me wrong. But you can tell with some teams when you get European football and you don't have the squad for it, relegation's around the corner. So it's a balance in that. I think maybe next season get a few more players in. Then let's go push for Europe and stuff.
Why
if we
not?
do get it, I'm not going to complain. Not going to complain.
No, why not? It just means Dougie has to work a bit harder.
Well, he's doing a great job with that anyway, so...
Exactly. Dave says, Cornet will be dangerous to Palace, though, as well. Yeah, I think, obviously, Palace are fearing that as well. George says, Burnley get lucky against us. We do, to be fair. We do. We have had, by far, the hardest start to the season. But you've nailed it. You've nailed it as well. You've took to it like a duck to water, mate, and you've been solid. Defensively stronger at Palace, 100% agree with that. San, Donny and Lingard.
Yeah, I'll take Donny, definitely.
Definitely, I'd take Donny. Nathan says, Palace have only lost to Liverpool and Chelsea.
Big up, Nate.
Yeah, why not? That's some good stats. Good stats. As I say, the international break came a bit at a shitty time for both of us, really, didn't it?
Yeah.
But obviously, taking to the game, if I was put in charge of Burnley now, I probably wouldn't change much from what Dash would usually do. So I would go Pope in goal. I would switch to a 4-3-3, how it's pretty much been in the last couple of games, to be fair. And then swaps by sort of dropping one and playing one behind the striker. But yeah, I'll go for pretty much what I said on your channel, except we out the Palace players in there. So it's Pope in goal, Lawton right back, me and Tarkowski at centre with Charlie Taylor on the left. Cornet at left midfield, Dwight on the right, Brownhill and Westwood in the centre. I've just gone 4-4 there, haven't I? So yeah, I do mean technically. Yeah, technically, I did mean Brownhill, Westwood, and Cork in midfield with Cornet and McNeil playing at either side of Chris Wood. So I think that would be our best chance of getting something from the game. But who knows? Who knows? As we said, potential banana skin. So next up, we will get this. So we've already stated it's a banana skin. It's a game that could go either way. The referee could be an absolute arse and just be a whistle-happy knob for most of it and literally just completely ruin the game for both of us. Obviously, I know we spoke about predictions on your channel, but what are you going for?
2-1 Palace. Going 2-1 Palace.
I could walk away from the ground happy with that.
Yeah, I think a set piece will do us. To be honest, if we're going to concede, it'll be from set piece.
Not a bad shout. I'm going to go with what I said on your channel as well. I'm going to stick with a 1-0 shithouse win as we usually do. It wouldn't surprise me. Everybody's been slagging Ashley Barnes off, and he'll come on in like dying minutes of the game and just nick a winner.
Not him.
Of all people. It's been one of those games. Barnes comes on and nicks the win. It's just like, that's it. Weekend ruined. You've ruined Christmas. Everything's off. The wedding, everything. It's all off. But no, honestly, whoever wins, may the best team win at the end of the day. Jay does say if Elise starts, it's going to get difficult for you to watch that. Yeah.
He's a problem guy. He's so good.
He's been decent. He's been really decent. And to be fair, I don't know why I didn't pick him in the sort of combined 11.
I think you're trying to be fair.
Yeah, I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah, which I respect.
But to be honest, is he from your youth team or did you snap him up?
Signed him from Reading, 8 million. And he was the championship player of the season last year. 8 mil. I think we looked at him the season before and Reading rejected, I believe it might have been 15 or so million. Yeah, so all right, cool. We'll wait.
Yeah, why not? Why not? It's another year down on the contract. That's it. So I'm happy with that. As I say, if it's 1-0, I'm happy. If we lose 2-1, I won't be downhearted. But I think both sides will happily. I don't know what's going on there. Would walk away with a point. Nate says 24 mil for Eze and Elise combined. Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad at all. I'd love that at Turf. To be honest, I'd love us to spend flaming 2 million, let alone 24 million. So, we've got to do something. As I said, January for me is going to be interesting. With the new board of directors and stuff.
Yeah.
See what happens there. Dash will have a bit of money to spend. I think you've got to give him 2 or 3 seasons with a bit of a. I'm not going to say war chest because shit me, that's never going to happen at Burnley. But a war chest is like your 300 quid gyro going in for DWP. Especially around here, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Dash with a bit of money to play with. It's still adapting to putting some quality out there, strengthening the squad. But football's back. Premier League is back. It's going to be one of those weeks where it's like a shitload of draws. We're all just sat there. We're all just sat there like, oh, really? Been so looking forward to this week, and it's just absolute dog shit. Nothing else to do.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Nah, I hope not. But no, thanks for coming on, mate. I won't keep you much longer. I'll let you crack on. But yeah, again, not a problem. Anytime. Let people know again where they can find your stuff.
Eagle-Eyed Football on YouTube. You can follow me on Twitter as well, at Eagle-Eyed Ball. I do have an Instagram, which I should use a bit more as well, to be fair. And I've tried the podding as well. It's kind of slowed down a bit, so I'm going to try and get that back up and running as well and stuff. So just follow me wherever you see me.
Unless you're a stalker, then he's calling the police.
Oh, absolutely. But no, I do appreciate the support from my channel and from other channels, man. The community that we're building, everyone's supporting each other. It's amazing. So no, thank you.
No, it is brilliant. Obviously, everyone, please do go check out Eagle-Eyed Football. I'm trying to remember which hand it is because you sort of put a hand up thinking, no. But yeah, please do go check Richard's channel out. It was his fault.
Keep sharing Dan's channel as well. Turf Moor doing amazing work. Seriously.
No, cheers, mate. Thank you very much. We're all out here doing the same thing. We're all out here, whether we're talking about Palace, whether we're talking about Burnley, whether we're talking about shitting international breaks. We're here to just do bits, chat shit about football, talk, give our opinion. And if it's your opinion and you match it, fair enough. If you're against it, hit us up in the comments. No one's biased. No one's here to basically, tell you you're talking shit because you're not. And we've all got points. We've all got opinions. Yeah. Jay says, I think Burnley have a big chance from corners with their centre-backs. We've been a bit shaky, to be honest, from corners. And George says, only 40 million for Gray and Anderson. So, yeah, you've definitely done the bits. The misses, as always, towards the end, puts it in. Remember to give thumbs up and sub. I do literally abandon her, to be honest. I mean, she's literally sat just off camera, watching me from a camera whilst also watching me over the camera.
My wife's the same.
It's mad, isn't it? It's mad today. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm well happy because it gets the watch hours up. I'm like, yes, keep watching. Like the kids will put it on TV, and I'm like, yeah, keep going, watch them all.
Well, big up Kate because she sends like positive messages. Steph tries to trolls me like she'll leave it there. Oh, he forgot to like do the dishes.
Oh, that's bad. Nath says Crystal Palace play Mordor FC. Hopefully, Stone Cold Sean Dyche doesn't hit us with Stone Cold Stunner. I can't see it. As we said, potential banana skin. But yeah, if you did watch our watch along, you'll also see the video on our Twitter and also other platforms. I did say if England scored more than 8 goals against San Marino, I would do the dentist chair celebration. So I did. The missus squirted a full bottle of water at me. And yeah, it was interesting. I think she was more pissed off at the fact that the sofa were piss wet through after I finished than anything else. But no, it was parallel laughs. We will be doing more crazy stuff. We will be doing other things. As the channel grows, the content gets bigger, the content gets better. So as I said, do go show some support to Rich and his channel. The link is in the description. Again, thanks for coming on, mate. Obviously, may the best team win come Saturday. And yeah, good luck for the rest of the season.
Appreciate it.
No problem. Take care.
Take care.